chances. He had an awkward chance there, slightly awkward, where I thought he had a big pocket, and in the end this is the situation we're faced with. I felt maybe the red near the cushion would go in off the one that's over the pocket. Ding thought it was a bit tight. In the end he decided to try and knock the one in that was over the pocket, and I mentioned he could get a double kiss, and in the end that's exactly what happened. I'll just show you the shot there. It was pretty awkward, that, Stephen, wasn't it?
Yeah. Both players are making mistakes, but unfortunately for Ding, he's made the last mistake in both frames, and it's allowed Ronnie to have the hand and make the frame winning break. So Ronnie, it doesn't look as sharp as he can look. Definitely looks the most comfortable out there.
Yeah, as you said, he had a break over the Christmas and New Year. Hasn't played since the UK Championship. Ding's been playing in the PTC events, but he looked pretty relaxed when he came into the arena. He's got his two children
Thank you, the
there,
third
so
frame. Take your seats quickly, please.
He'll be wanting to do well. Referee Brendan Moore just telling the people to get into their seats as quickly as possible.
Of course, they're used to darts here, aren't they, Dennis? It's a little bit more quiet than a darts tournament.
No banners, eh? We love Stephen Hendry. Terrific crowd, always is in London, and a very fair crowd, and to favour people like Ronnie, Jimmy White, Steve Davis. But if their opponents produce the goods, they'll get the respect from this crowd. And that will get a terrific round of applause. That's a Ronnie Sullivan special. You can't cue the ball any better than that. Winning those two opening frames, is it just going to give him the confidence he needs to really settle down? Long pot success rate, 100%, 4 out of 4, can't better than that, and that's something he's been talking about in the past. It's been letting him down slightly, his long pots.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That's one part of his game that he's never seems to be happy with, but 4 out of 4 bad. And this is obviously where he comes into his own round of black.
9.
Obviously this red is still going to when the black is respotted, so that clears everything up.
16. $17.
I would say into the pack here. Screw off 2 cushions for the red in the centre. He's done the same as he did in the first frame with that red. He's not got into the cue ball enough, so now he's got a thinner pot in the middle than he would like. He'll screw off the cushion for the black again.
25.
Yeah, good recovery. That wasn't as straightforward as it looked. Nice, a bit straight, red. 4 reds, 4 blacks.
32. 33.
Not the best angle to go into them just yet. That one to the left of the pink looks as if it goes.
40.
There you see it. Not going to be easy just yet. In fact, a bit early to be talking about a possible maximum. We said at the top of the show he's made 12 maximum breaks, televised that is, and he's stuck in the reds. Maybe he might just be able to get to the angle to take one to the middle, but it
48.
couldn't have finished more awkward there.
It was just about an inch too straight on the black to make the going into the pack easy. He had to force it, but you're still unlucky not to have at least one red.
Brendan Moore starting the opening match here. In fact, he's doing the final, his first ever Masters final. Great referee, Brendan, so he's absolutely delighted and looking forward to Sunday's final. Be a lot of snooker and I'm sure plenty of century breaks before we get to next Sunday.
Ronnie irritated with this end of break, because you can bet your bottom dollar he was thinking about a maximum. First one to make one here at Alex Palace.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 48.
.8 advantage, but the way the red's situated, far from over this frame. Ronnie could do with a red or a couple of reds close to a cushion, or a colour safe. There's a little bit of insurance. Ding will want to keep them all in play.
Yeah, there's a big frame for Ding. Doesn't want to go 3-0 down. That's best of 11.
That's going to be close to the pocket. Ronnie there, the white almost stayed tight on the jaw of the pocket, but not quite. Surely he couldn't knock this in, not with the white situated there. It was a pretty good effort, but he put the red up, and as I mentioned, well, one red's gone on the cushion, which is a bit of a bonus for Ronnie, but the chances there for Ding to get back into it. This was tough. He almost potted it. Terrific shot there.
I think he's on the brown. I don't think the white came off the cushion at the angle that Ding expected. He's playing the green, screwing off the bulk.
Shot into the middle pocket to get the cue ball back up there. See how the white arced.
Choice of 2 reds in the right corner here, and yellow off one cushion.
Seven. Eight.
Did the cue ball as much.
50.
You would like to have kind of the right hand side of those 2 reds to ensure an easy pot, but I think he's still got one to the right centre.
Just finished a little straight on the black. Just had a quick at the pink, but the way the reds are, he doesn't have too much to do with the cue ball. Just back off the cushion, and as long as he didn't have to cannon that other red.
20.
It'd be nice to bring that red that's on the cushion into play, but he didn't want to be doing it from that position.
24.
Well, a little cannon onto the red might be required here just to hold the white. The reds are available to the left corner. And he could hold it without the cannon, so there was a problem. The only problem is the one we mentioned, the red that's near the right side cushion. And as Stephen mentioned, such a big frame for Ding to win this one.
31.
I would actually prefer to take the red in the side cushion before I play at least one of these reds. You can then play for the black, and it's not so difficult to get another red. Whereas if you leave it last, then you've got to play a shot for position from a colour to the yellow.
Yeah, good point there, Stephen. Be interesting to see how Ding goes with it. Might even try and move it off this next shot, pot the red and try and maybe develop the red that's on the side
44.
cushion. You'd think he's on a colour if he did move it. Let's see what he decides to do.
$45.
It's not bad if it pulls up a little bit. If he can get to the brown, he's okay, but has it dropped right on the yellow? Because if he's on the brown, he might be able to get up to the red. He's so close to bringing it into play there. But has it gone just too far to be able to move that? I think it might have, Stephen.
Yeah, I don't agree. Shot to take the red off the cushion from the red, because if he hits that red full ball, it leaves the white tight in the cushion and has a real pressure shot next. The red's tight in the cushion. It's not a difficult pot.
Junhui 45.
So I think every player thinks differently, but I wouldn't have played that shot. Maybe that's why I'm in here with you.
Yeah, I believe Stephen, man. 7 times world champion, 6 times Masters champion. Yeah. You must have played off a lot of wrong shots in your career. No, this is a pot and a half, as you say. You could bring this in. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They don't come any better than that one. It all looked pretty straightforward for
6.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. Having said that, Ding overscrewed this to make it awkward for himself. I was going to say Ronnie started off 6 reds, 6 blacks, and was very unlucky to stick on a red and not have a pot. Meanwhile, Ding's given himself a slight problem here. Problem resolved. Brown and blue. I'll give him his first frame.
13. $18. 24.
Well, there was a few pots missed in the 2 opening frames. There was very little missed in that frame. It was just a little bit fortunate sticking on a red for Ronnie O'Sullivan, but Ding's done what he needed to do, and he's got his first frame on the board. 2-1 to Ronnie.
And the defending champion looks like he's beginning to find his rhythm out there, particularly illustrated, I think, Steve, with that last